There are a lot of tools right now online that can do some lead generation for you and use AI to personalize messages to those leads. However, everything I've seen so far scratches the surface compared to what you are about to see with the newly branded AIXup platform.
Guys, if you're here because of Paige, and I have to say you are in solid hands. Like, we have seen Paige just rocket in authority. We've seen her take the entire community by storm. I've watched your following Paige just go like on a hockey stick curve, and there's a really solid reason for that, guys. It's because Paige gives so much to the community. We've had Paige as a guest speaker on a couple of our events. You have been ranked and voted the best speaker and the best presenter in those events, Paige. And guys, again, I'm just praising you because you're in good hands. If you're following what Paige is doing, you know that she's the real deal. So Paige, thank you so much for the chance to come and say hi to the crew.
Yeah, that's huge. I remember that event. Maybe some of you guys were at that event, but I followed some insanely amazing speakers. So to get that feedback was absolutely outstanding. And, really, I'm just out here trying to show you what I've done, share as much as I can, bring interesting people into our community to talk about the really cool stuff that they're doing. And it's an honor to bring you guys in on this because I've seen what you've done over the last couple of years, and I know you went through a rebrand. There's probably stuff about what you are offering now that I don't even know yet. So I'm also going to be taking notes.
We'll dive in. Amazing. So, guys, like, is everybody here? Jump in the chat and interact with us a little bit, just so that we don't feel like we're talking in a vacuum. Is everybody here in web design? Are you guys selling the amazing smart sites that Paige has got set up through Kismet and getting everything there? Is everybody doing web design? Are you doing high level? Are you doing agency work? What's your field? So Bianca and Cindy and the team there joining us in the chat box. Lillian's here as well, and Mickey's there, and Ray. Agency, all the things. Okay, cool. High level web design, AI bots. So Cindy, great. High level, amazing. Cool, cool, cool. AI bots, go. We love that. AI bots. Man, haven't they taken our storm? That's what we're going to cover today, by the way, how to engage them to fill your sales pipeline. So Paige, can I just ask you, just before we dive into presentation mode, your own journey, like, how have you got clients? How have you kind of got those first sales coming through? And I know now that your marketing's taken off, but that first kind of piece, how did you get your first sales?
Yeah. Yeah. My very first sales in digital marketing and service providing, which included videography, website design, social media management. I was doing a little bit of everything when I very first got started. I cold called businesses out of the Chamber of Commerce directory. So I picked up the phone, called them, tried to build some rapport, ended up getting my first several clients from there. Beyond that, I think if you've been in this space for any amount of time, I mean, drop referrals in the chat if you're used to getting referrals. And I think that I can accredit a lot of my referrals to the organic social media content that I've done as consistently as I possibly can over the last 13 years. And then aside from that, video outreach is the absolute, best way you can go about reaching out cold. So if I have a business that I'm interested in, I will send them a video screen sharing things about their current website. And I'm interested to see how AI can help personalize the messages around
Beautiful.
an email where I can pop in a video that's either created one to many or one to one because it depends on where
Yeah.
you're at. And if you need cash now and you need to start good conversations, you might be willing to record one to one, or you might want a version of that video to go out to a larger list.
I love that. I love that. So I'll make you a deal. There's a couple of video platforms that do AI-based video at scale that's super personalized. Programs like HeyGen, probably everybody's heard of HeyGen. There's Be Human as well, which is a great play there. There's another one there which we looked at, which is called Chirply, I think, or something similar to that.
Chirpy. That is on
Yeah,
my
Chirpy.
to-do list right now. Yeah.
So I'll make you a deal. We'll do another training for your team specifically on video outreach using what we're about to show you. So I
Okay.
haven't got those integrations set up for this demo, but
Okay.
what I'm about to show you guys is we can find an ideal client, review their website, have a sales brief, and get a talking head video that you can immediately send out. So I'm
Nice.
just about to dive into this, guys. I'm about to show you how you can use AI to find more deals and find more sales. That's what we've been doing for 5 years. But Paige, can I just ask you, on that video outreach, are you sending out thousands a week?
Mm-mm. No.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm not. I mean, if they're done one to one, we're talking about, a handful a day. You could probably comfortably record, 10, 12 an hour if you're doing them one to one. And that is if you
There you
really
go.
need to generate clients now, that is the fastest way to build trust. It's also the fastest way to get good at video. So if you
Right.
feel awkward and you try and record just one video and then send it to thousands upon thousands of people, you may not get the response that you're looking for. So if you're willing to put in the reps, then that's the way to go.
There
I'm
it is.
now just now to the point where I'm ready to do something more at scale. I've been looking at tools like Chirpy. I've already invested money. It's on my to-do list with that. I'm really excited to see how this can go at scale, but don't be afraid to, find a list of leads, which I know we're going to talk about here in a moment,
Mm.
and really spend your time on it because they're not just random rows in a spreadsheet. These are human beings that have businesses, that have families, that have things on their plate. And if you reach out to them with the right message, you're actually going to connect instead of all of the random messages we get on a regular basis that we all ignore.
Yep, 100%. And the mistake that we see is people doing the thousand send out thing and they get zero response. And there's a reason. It's because it's not personal and it doesn't connect with that audience. So guys, if you I was talking to Johan just yesterday. I mean, we spend hours talking every day, but I was talking yesterday about a client that he sat with, and they are in the $1 billion club. So they are doing $1 billion in turnover per year. And I think, bro, you said something like they've got less than 50 clients. Is that right? You're muted. You're muted. But
I said they've got less than 20 clients. He said I can count my
okay.
clients on my hands and toes. And
So
and they've got more than 800 employees. And he said if you can get
800
me
employees, $1 billion in less than 20 clients. But that my point there is that if you do this right, you guys, you don't need thousands of clients.
Mhm.
You need the right ones. And again, Paige, when we were talking on the seminar, you were saying that the value of the deals that you're doing when you're offering the smart sites
Yeah.
to people and you're doing the way that you're
Yeah.
doing it, those are not 197 signups. These are genuinely needle moving deals.
Right.
So
Yeah,
we don't want
I've been calling them AI growth websites. And
perfect.
now you can also use AI as a foot in the door offer just to sell the AI and then build them out a better system with their website that actually connects to forms, the CRM on the back end, right? And then as a reseller of the software for high level that we talk about a lot, you get to benefit from monthly recurring revenue. But exactly that, Walt, the average project right now on our plate is normally 12K plus.
There you
We've
go.
done $40,000 projects. I've got more than one client that has paid me over 100 grand over their lifetime customer value. So, I mean, for my lifestyle, I mean, put a one in the chat if that makes sense for you as you're listening. That
Yeah.
the next project, if it's 10K versus $200, that feels really good for you. Like that's where you're aiming. And I've got a very, very, very lean team that we pull all of this off with. So it's one way to look at it. And then also too, I'll plant this seed for us is now this is a incredible moment in time to sell AI tools. AI voice, conversational AI, reviews AI, like those are the three that top ones that come to mind, and then AI agents overall. And so I think with an offer like that, when you're ready, when cash flow is not a problem for you and you did just land that $10, $20,000 project and you're thinking, well, how can I bring on some incremental monthly recurring revenue? I feel like that's where you can start to beef up your outreach for those smaller ticket items, like a small
Yeah.
setup fee or no setup fee, and then selling an AI tool.
And you'll notice that they scale up. So let's get into it, guys. Let's go and show you how we're doing this. This is about how AI can generate more sales for you and leads. And as Paige said, again, thank you, Paige. We've been doing this for a while. So we've picked up SaaSpreneur awards with HIGHLEVEL. We've rocketed an agency from 0 to over 50,000 in monthly recurring, and we did that in under 90 days. We've done that sort of stuff. We were known as White Label Suite, as you can see in Johan's incredibly tough t-shirt there. We were White Label Suite when we picked up that award. We just rebranded to AXUP because AXUP, AI powered up. AI is now powering up absolutely everything that we're doing, and we are seeing incredible results with that AI that as allowing us to do things that we were not previously able to do. So let's just scroll through this, and I'm going to get into demo mode. I'm going to show you a software tool that makes this easy for you and helps you triple your pipeline. So while we're waiting, we've already welcomed everybody. We started a few minutes late, so I'm going to kind of skip this little bit, but thank you for joining us. If you're watching this on a replay, we're here and around. You'll find testimonials and information about who we are from all over the world. And of course, thank you to Paige. As we said, guys, you are in good hands. Paige is leading the way, and you have no better person at the front of the charge than Paige. So thank you so much. We are AXUP, sales tech for rebels, and we are AI powered up. Let's jump in and see what this is all about. Put your credit cards away. We will have a deal at the end of this. So we're going to make you a deal where we give the best of our tech, and I'm going to give you the biggest discount I ever possibly can. But for the moment, just put the credit cards away and learn, okay? There is an offer for sale. So that's the elephant in the room. I am going to give you a chance to get some of our tech for like a special friends first rodeo with Paige discount. But this is about learning. This is about finding a way to be able to do this smarter. So let's get that done. How to have fun doing this. Who wants to work an extra 20 hours a day over and above what they're already working? Anybody? Give me a one. Absolutely not. Everybody's just already too busy. So we're going to talk about how to do this in a fun way. You don't have to be powering your sleep with anything other than 8 hours. You can get in and get this done using tech to make it easy. So if this is for you, I want you to drop a one when one of these resonates with you. You want more clients without working that extra 24 hours a day. You're a B2B business owner. You're selling SaaS. You're selling web design. You're selling AI chat. You're racing as fast as you can. You want to grow. You have something amazing to share, right? Is that you? You think to yourself, if only I could speak to that billion-dollar company, or if only I could speak to that client that's a really great fit, or if only I could get that one person at my networking event to actually understand what it is that I do and how much I could help them. Is that you? Is it you that you want to get paid more? As Paige was just saying, you can do a $40,000 build and it changes your life, right? Whereas a $297 sign up just barely moves the needle along. Don't get me wrong, the recurring revenue is beautiful, but you just got to have that get paid more mentality.
Well, again, I got to clarify too, Walt. It's the 40 grand or whatever the project fee is plus the 297.
Right?
Plus the recurring.
Exactly. It's the cake and eat it too.
Exactly.
Right? It's the take care of my mortgage payments and all my bills for the next 12 months and keep paying me every month. That's what we're here for. As we said, like 50K MRR, when we hit that with our agency, man, that was a milestone we were amazed by. So we want to be able to grow with tech and contacts, not time. And I do underline that word contacts. People always say it's not what you know, it's who you know. And if I could just get around more people, if they could introduce me, most people are getting referrals. You can systemize your referrals using AI. What? Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a minute. So, and the last one there, if you're ready, are you ready to grow? Are you ready to get this done? If you're ready, just type ready in the chat box for me and then I'll dive straight in. Are you guys ready? Let's see. Ready? All right, let's go. So let's jump in. If this is you, you're in the right place. We've helped over 2,500 companies 3x their pipelines in 90 days or less by doing what we're about to show you. So we're going to show you how to pinpoint your perfect clients. We're going to show you how to unlock AI agents that do this hard work for you. Okay? I've got an AI agent running at the moment, and what's amazing for me is I wake up in the morning and they don't take time off, right? They don't sleep. So there's all of this stuff done, and it's been done while I've been sleeping, all right? So AI agents to do some of this work for you. And we'll show you how you can 10x your output by actually doing less. Doing things like, as Paige said, creating a personalized video, but doing it at scale and reaching out and getting those AI growth websites in place for people and helping them with tech as well. So I'm going to show you how my co-founder and me, sorry, my bad typing there, built this to make it possible. All right, it's called AXUP, and we're ready to go. So why do we share this stuff? Why, hang on, guys. Why would you give me the secret sauce, right? Because a rising tide lifts all ships, okay? And we're going to show you exactly how this works. And I have a really secret agenda, 100% transparently. I want you to tell your friends, all right? I want to show you how this works. And I want you to be able to say to your clients, hey, Mr. Client, now that I've built this amazing AI growth website for you, how would you like more customers, all right? Actually, that's a really interesting question. Do you think after you've built this amazing AI website for them and you've got AI chatbots running for them and AI systems in the back end, do you think they want more customers? Is that something that they would be willing to bite your hand off to get? Do you think that would be true? Just type the word true if you think your clients want more customers. Type true. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. So your clients, and this is my 100% transparency, right? I want you guys to be impressed. I want you to be impressed so that you tell your clients and we'll pay you an ongoing 30% commission as an affiliate, and we'll help you get set up with all of that stuff as well. All right, let's jump into it. So we've done this for a while. And again, I'm not going to spend too much time here. We know what we're doing. We've done it, and we want to show you how to do it right now. So we're going to show you how to research prospects, personalize the communication with them, handle objections before they come up, and book qualified meetings, okay? And doing that using AI tech, so all you need to do is what you're great at, okay? So this is a gentleman named Stephen Butler. Have you guys heard of The Diary of a CEO? Right? One of the fastest growing leaders in the world at the moment in terms of communication. I'm just going to hit play on this. Just listen to what Stephen Butler had to say about when he got started, okay?
I sent 10 of these emails out to every camera company I could, Samsung, Panasonic, etc. And within 48 hours of Panasonic receiving that email, a guy called Lee at Panasonic, I literally just, because you were coming, I went on his LinkedIn to see where he now works. So thank you, by the way, Lee, that used to work at Panasonic, for giving me a shot. Lee from Panasonic responded to that email that you have in front of you and said, what kind of cameras do you want? We've got some returns. I'll send them to your doorstep. Within 48 hours of that email, a big box of cameras, they were brand new to me, brand new spanking cameras came to my doorstep, multiple of them, and that allowed me to do the marketing for my business at the very early stage.
Okay. Let me just pause there for a second. I'm not sure if the sound came through. He was 19 years old. Nobody knew who he was. He sent an email to an international global conglomerate who immediately responded and sent him boxes of high-end camera equipment to get his start. All right? So I just want to come face to face and I want to ask you a question. When was the last time you emailed an ideal prospect with a personalized request? Ooh, Walt. I thought you were going to ask me something soft and squishy and nice and I'd be able to play. Ugh. Yeah, it's tough. I sent an email to a colleague, somebody I hadn't spoken to in 10 years. I sent an email 3 days ago, and he's one of the biggest marketers in the world. And I kind of look up to this guy, and I sent him an email and I said, hey, Ryan, dude, how's things going? Man, can I ask your advice on something? And before you knew it, I had a meeting with Ryan. He was going to Dave Chappelle's comedy thing, wherever he was a couple of nights ago. And he jumped on and opened up like $1 million doors for me from an email, right? So when was the last time? Cindy says yesterday, right? Yesterday. When was the last time you proactively reached out to an ideal client and offered something of value, right? It works. It works every time. Now, email, Johan and I talk about this all the time. Email feels like it's too muddy, right? It feels like, and I'm not just here to talk about email. Like, don't get me wrong. Email feels like it's too muddy. Who gets too many emails in their inbox already? Right? I do. Paige does. Johan does. We all do. We all get way too many emails. But here's what's true. Here's what's true. Important stuff is still sent by email. Okay? Important stuff is still sent by email. Now, it's not the only way to get attention. In fact, it's probably one of the worst ways to get attention. I'm going to show you some other better ways to get attention in just a minute. But if you email your ideal client with a beautiful personalized video outreach, like Paige was saying, hey, I looked at your business. I saw what I saw, and I would love to help you grow with AI and doing all these kind of amazing things. Will everybody say yes? No. No, they won't. I've seen people say no to $100 bills. I've watched somebody, as a marketing experiment, stand on the corner of a street trying to give away $100 notes. And I've watched people go, right? Get away from me, right? When they're trying to give them free money. So if people say no to free money, what are the chances they're going to say no to you? Reasonable. But if you're putting yourself out there, if you're actually connecting, then you have the best chance, right? So I'm not here to preach about you've got to do the work and all that kind of stuff. What I'm going to show you is how to use AI to get more of those right opportunities in your pipeline so that you don't have to do this 24/7. You can let AI find the right people and you can have conversations with the right fit clients, okay? So that's what my purpose is. Let me keep going. I'm gonna get into the demo in 30 seconds more. Just give me 1 sec. All right, cool. Got my slide deck back up? Everybody good? Okay, cool. Let's dive in. That was the Stephen Bartlett piece. Cool. Let's jump in. So we're going to show you how you can use AI to find your ideal client, but it doesn't just stop there. As I said, email is probably one of the worst ways to get attention, but it still works. The billion-dollar company that Johan met with sent an email, right? And meeting with them yesterday, which was amazing, right? So email's one way. Social media, what an incredible tool. But using AI makes this seamless. Let's jump in and have a look. Welcome to what we call AXUP. This is sales tech for rebels. I'm going to show you two versions. This version has a little red button down the bottom, which is especially relevant for AI growth websites. Okay. But this isn't live yet. This comes out this week. Should have been last week. But if you've been in software for any length of time, you know that should have been last week. We'll extend out a little bit. I'm hoping it'll be this week. This is tested. This is our development environment. So when I show you the next one, it's not there yet, but this is what you're about to get if you're an AXUP customer. It's coming through. So especially for the AI smart websites, the AI growth websites that you guys are talking about with Paige and with HIGHLEVEL, this is incredible. What this does is what's called intent search. All right, intent search. Let me just very, very quickly, I know I'm going to be short on time, but this is how this works. If you've got 1,000 people in a room and you say, I do AI and I do AI voice and I do AI growth websites, I'd love to help you grow your business. And you have 1,000 people in the room and 3 of those people raise their hand and say, oh, I'd like to talk to you about that. Now it's the coffee break. Who do you go and speak to? The 997 who aren't interested? Or the 3 who are? Just give me the answer. Type it in the chat. Do you want the 3 that have already raised their hand? Or do you want to go and try and convince the 997? All right, let's see. The 3, Latoya, exactly. This is about maximizing your time, all right? So what the intent search does is actually shows you who has raised their hand. So you can set up your intent search, and I'll come to, in the interest of saving time, I'll show you one that I've already got set up. What this does is gives you a little copy and paste pixel that you can pop onto your website and in any of the headers in your funnels and web pages on HIGHLEVEL. So it gives you a little like copy and paste, okay? Ding, 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 copy and paste just like that, okay? You put that in the header of your website. And what happens is, as people are landing on your site, we are collating that information with about 50 different data sources in the back end. And we're actually being able to deliver you names, phone numbers, email addresses of people that have come to your site. These are people that have raised their hand. Wait, what? They haven't filled out a form. They haven't said, yes, send me information. But when you've reached out to them via social media, via amazing content that you're already making, via an email that you sent, via a little ping from a referral or something like that, you've now got their name, their email address, and their phone number. Now, that goes straight into HIGHLEVEL, triggers an automation, and allows you to communicate with somebody that's already been on your site. When you've got the room full of 1,000 people, do you want to spend the time with the 3? Or try and convince the 997. The 3 people have already said, I'm interested, I've come, I've looked, I've seen, right? And that system, releasing this week or next, allows you to immediately connect with that person. And again, as developing these AI smart sites, the AI growth sites, you can put that pixel on the client's sites and you can fill the funnel for them. What? How amazing is that? Now, we talk about Facebook retargeting and Google Pixels and all that kind of stuff. Awesome. That's great for remarketing, which is, again, a great marketing trick. But if you can genuinely John visited your website 3 minutes ago, name, email, phone number. I'll show you how to enrich that data. I know all about John. I can go and find his LinkedIn profile. I can find out who he is, where he's from, what he's doing. I can look at those buying signals using AI, and I can immediately craft a personalized follow-up message for John that says, hey, John, thanks so much for coming to check us out. I noticed you're from blah, blah, blah. Are you looking at a site for yourself, or is this for another business that you're running? Okay. Guys, would that be cool if you could follow up with the people that have already raised their hand and said, hey, I have the right intent, right? Would that be a good use of your time? Yeah? Cool. Hand raisers, says Cindy. Yeah, absolutely. So cool. That is method one within our AXUP program. I'm going to fly through the rest. And again, this is about finding your ideal client. This is about automating this whole system using AI. So now there's a couple of different ways that we do search. So we can do things like find me people. And in the people search, we do things like, I'm looking for CEOs. And if you can tell me your niche or tell me the people that you've worked with in the past, I can do this for you live. But I'm looking for marketing managers of real estate companies in Phoenix, etc. All right. So if you can tell me who you're looking for in the chat, I'll do this as live. But our people search is a way of finding individuals, and I'll show you the difference. Local search, we get very generic, very specific on our location. I only want to work in Denver. Great. We'll use their local search to find the people there. Company search, let me go global. Let me find those big organizations that are doing $1 billion plus. We can look for individual companies one at a time. We can even find influencers, all right? And our intent search that we've talked about. So let me show you some of these different searches, and I'll show you the kind of data that we're getting. So in our people search, as an example, in this one, I've said, I'm looking for CEOs of construction companies or manufacturing companies in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm starting to get an understanding. I'm getting their websites, their phone numbers. I'm getting their LinkedIn profiles.
I dropped up a thumb drive yesterday.
Oh, sorry, Michael. We just might get Michael muted there. You got him. Okay, cool. So people search allows us to do that kind of thing. So let me show you what we can find. We come in here and say, okay, I'm looking for CEOs. I'm looking in a particular location, or I'm looking in the continental US or any city, any country, anywhere in the world. I'm looking for people that have got a certain amount of revenue, that have changed jobs within the last X amount of time, who are in a specific industry, and I can find all of that information. Our local search allows you to find, as it says, localized companies. And we get really specific with the map here. So let me just bring this up. And again, I can see, okay, this is the company I'm looking for. I've got their name, their email address, their phone number. I've got the contact information of people that work there, all right? So let me come down and go, okay, cool. I've got John, who's the project coordinator. Dennis is the project manager, okay? I've got all of their social media accounts. And again, all of this flows into HighLevel, you guys, right? So this geographic search allows me to come in. Let me just bring this back up. This is one we did for a client in Australia here. So we're going to come in here. We're going to get our geography right. So let me come in here and get this going on. So we might go, I'm looking for realtors in, let's keep the same, Phoenix, Arizona. All right, let's go.
I'd like to comment. I haven't seen this in a while. This is great, Walt. So this is right at the first level right now. What we're doing is we're searching for leads. Drop in the chat any other kind of tools you guys use if you are searching for leads lists, because I'm curious how this compares. To me, this is very easy to navigate in terms of the UI.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Paige. And I like what you said there. Like this, at the first level, we're getting a list of leads. Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right. That's not where we finish. That's where we start. Right. But for most people, and this is the reason that we went white label suite to AXUP. For most people, if you just give them a list of leads, people just like wipe their brow and go, "Oh my God, I've got so much work to do. I can't even, begin to comprehend that." What we do next is what will make the difference for you. Okay. So let me just move this through. So I've got all this detail: website, ranking, phone number, information. I've got more information that's coming through with AI. So I've got their employee count. I've got their social media profiles. I've got, as we said, email addresses of the people that work there. I've got positions in the company that they are focused on. And do you remember I said email's one way of getting attention, but it's probably one of the worst ways. But there are so many different ways of getting attention. If I've got the social media profiles of these people, I can jump straight in. Paige, I've seen your YouTube followers rocket, right? When you get a comment on your YouTube channel, do you go and look at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you do. You've got, I think, 12,000 now subscribers on YouTube.
20.
But when somebody comments, you're like, "Hey, thanks so much." It's amazing, right? It's incredible.
Yeah.
So what if I could go to where these people are already and I could engage with them where they are? I could hit their Facebook right now and I can actually engage with this person here where I know they're active. Okay. Or I could hit up their LinkedIn, or I could go across on their YouTube channel or Instagram. So email is one way of getting hold of somebody, but it's not the only way. And if you can do that easily, you can do it here. So now remember what I said. This is the first point, getting a list of people that we're looking for. I'm looking for CEOs. I'm looking for marketing managers. I'm looking for real estate companies. I want commercial realtors. This is civil engineering companies, or whatever it is, whoever it is that you're looking for, right? So that's step one. But this is where AI takes over. Because now we can say, cool. How do I know that they're a good fit? How do I know that they're going to raise their hand? How do I know that, I'm not going to waste my time? I don't want to be cold calling everybody. Let's see if we can put this into a system. So first things first, I can let AI just do a whole bunch of research here. Okay. Yeah. So Cindy, if we can find cell phones, we'll find them. So we get that kind of information. We find if it's there to be found, we can find it. We can tap in and we can do deeper research here. So we've got an insights button where I can actually come in and go even deeper on individuals. And yes, we do find phone numbers. We find personal information, etc. And guys, I just need to qualify this a little bit. You got to stay compliant in your marketing, right? You got to stay compliant. So know your local laws, know how to market properly and ethically. Just as a proviso. Don't get somebody's personal phone number and spam them with an AI tool. Not cool. There's a whole bunch of ways that you should be able to do that. But one of the ways you can do it is you can literally take all of these names, emails, phone numbers, positions, company, and you can drop it into Facebook as a custom audience in one click, right? So I don't know if you know this, but HIGHLEVEL, as people come into a workflow, you can automatically add them to a custom audience. All right. So now when I'm talking about my ad spend, I'm talking about spending $50 a day trying to generate clients. I know that that money is being spent putting the offer in front of the people I've already chosen. Pretty cool. All right. So let's let AI take a spin at this. First things first, let's just go and get AI to kind of look into them a little bit. Who are these guys? Are they a good fit? Do we know what's going on? I've just seen Bernie White jump into the chat room. So Bernie's going to tell you that when we plug this information into an AI chatbot, the world changes. Okay. So in half a second, I've got a full brief of who this company is. All right. Now, all of this information, they're the founders, who they are, who they serve, what kind of company they've got, what they do, all that kind of information. All right, guys, I'm going to pause for effect here. All of that information goes straight into HIGHLEVEL. Okay, now what does that mean? Now what that means is when the AI chatbot kicks in, it's got context of who it's talking to. Whoa. Hang on a second. AI chatbots are amazing. AI systems, AI voice agents, right? But what do we do with AI voice agents? We load up a knowledge base so that when the client asks me a question, the AI knows the answer. Great. That's amazing. What if we also had a knowledge base of who it's talking to? Whoa. So now I can actually have the phone rings and the AI assistant, the AI receptionist picks up that phone and says, "Oh, hey, are you calling from Capstone Realty? Congratulations on your award last month." What? When you've got the information about the company and AI makes that easy, it's possible, okay? And this already goes straight across into HIGHLEVEL. So we can let AI do some amazing things here. So let me show you some of these amazing things, and then I'm going to show you how to automate this so we can give you back those 10 hours that we promised you, all right? So I can find all of that information. I can find their suppliers. I can find companies just like this one. I can write DMs, emails, all of that kind of good stuff. Let me show you one that we did for a client just a couple of days ago. So here's a list of CEOs, right? And I want to know who this person is. I've got their email. I can get their phone number. Sweet, no probs at all. I've got some information about this person. All right, I know where they've worked before. I've got history and information. I've got all kinds of details about them, multiple email addresses. I've got some stuff here about this particular person. Cool. Let's get a little bit detailed here. So I am going to research this person with a very specific set of criteria. Look at this, look at that, find out this about them. And I'll show you how I set that up in a minute. We call it AI skills, right? So we give the AI skills. I'll show you how to do that. And by the way, guys, what I'm about to show you is in AXUP at day one. It's in your AI library. You'll be able to just turn this on, right? So you don't need to come up with this AI skills. It's already part of it. So Moon River is the company, deep dive research, all right, for Xavier. And Xavier is the person that we're looking at. This is who they are. This is what they do. This is the things that they struggle with. So what if you could already know the things that your client is struggling with before you even got them on the phone? Some of the things that the headwinds frequently mentioned: escalating content acquisition and production costs. Of course, they're a media company. So these are the things that the company's having trouble with. How do I know that? That's amazing, right? Hang on. I'll do this face to camera thing again. If you already knew what your customers need before you spoke to them, would you have more chance of being able to help them solve that? Right? If you already knew what they were struggling with and you're a solution provider, would that be helpful? Just give me a 1 if that would be helpful in the chat. If you knew before you got on that Zoom call some of the problems they were having, would you be more equipped to help them? All right. So this is step 1. We've done the research. Cool. Let me show you what we've done, what we do next. So step 1, we've got this research. Step 2, I've got a Zoom meeting with this guy. I would love a 1-pager that gives me everything about them and some sort of sales tips and some kind of like what we call a sales brief. Okay, cool. So we've got a specific template that you can create a sales brief. And again, guess what? It goes straight into HIGHLEVEL. So you can manage this entire experience from the contacts list of your HIGHLEVEL. Just do your smart list, pop open the custom field, and all of this sales brief information is right there. So boom, here's the sales brief. Who they are, what they do, strategic insights for the company, competitive positioning. Again, straight into HIGHLEVEL. That's just an amazing AI skill that we have in the system. And here's one that we just want to blow you away with. What if I could now turn that research about Xavier and about his company into a personalized interactive presentation and I could send it to him? Would that be better than an email? So here we go. We literally drop that across into Gamma, okay? And Gamma will take all of that information, personalize it to Xavier, write my proposal, and deliver it so that Xavier then has a personalized introduction to me. Okay, so, and I'll show you how we do this. This is going to write the script for Gamma. Gamma is an online presentation creator, by the way. So this will write all of that information about Xavier into a step-by-step, slide-by-slide, personalized presentation. And then we just 1-click send that across to Gamma, and I'll show you the result. So this is my longest prompt, but don't forget, AI is going to be doing this for you in the background. So you can have a sip of coffee and let this go to work for you. And this will do the same thing with HeyGen and Chirpy and Be Human and the customized video stuff page. So this is where we get really, really cool.
This is
So
exciting. We've seen a couple of people in our community be very creative and use Manus to create sort of PowerPoint style presentations that are specific to a lead. This is doing everything in one place, which is really amazing. I had a question that might be the relevant time to ask while we wait for this to create. Is the AI summary that's going a deep dive on that person, is there any sort of editable nature of it? Can I say, what I really want you to do is go look at their existing website and tell me areas for improvement?
Let's do it. Let's do it. So I did this. So this is how you give the AI skills. Great question, Paige. This is how you train the skills. All right.
Cool.
And this is, guys, you do not need to be techie for this next bit. So I'm going to show you how untechie you need to be. All right. Untechie. Is that a word? It is now. All right. So this is how you give the AI a skill. So we're going to call this the AI growth website analysis. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not anal.
Yeah, analysis. There you go. Australians can't spell. Right.
Nice.
So let's make this a summary and let's pop this into a company profile. And here's how I do it. I literally just tell the AI what I want it to do. Okay, so here's how we do it. Let me go. I'm going to voice this out. Analyze the website of the company listed below. What I'd like to know is, from a marketing perspective, what are some of the things that we can improve about the website? How can we help them with their conversions? How can we help them get their message across even better? Understand from the website what this company does and some of the problems that they may be having in attracting or closing business with new clients. Give me a full brief on how I, as a web designer, can help them create a better impact for their clients. All right, now, Paige, you're going to do a better job than that, but that's
Great.
just me giving the AI a new skill. All right. Yeah. So here's how we do it. Here's the company name, and here's their website, and I literally just drop that in from my system. Right. So company is that one, and website is this one. There we go, and save. So my AI now has a new skill that it didn't have 2 minutes ago. So when I do my search and I've got a company here, so here we go. Here's a restaurant, Wyoming's Rib and Chop House, okay? I can do this website analysis, AI growth website analysis, cool. And it will give me a report based on what it sees and what the skills I've just told it. All right, so I told it to analyze, look at this, look at my conversion metrics and how I can do it, understand what the company does and tell me all of that stuff. So here's how it came back. That's how quick it was. Here's a brief on how to improve the Wyoming's Rib Chop and House. Laramie website from a marketing perspective. Understanding the company. Wyoming, this is who they are. Potential challenges, lack of immediate visual appeal, difficulty in making reservations, unclear differentiation while a steakhouse, their website might not clearly blah, blah, blah. First impressions, the hero section redesign, implement a dynamic high-resolution hero image, clear value proposition, optimize for conversions. All right?
Nice. This is great.
Now, you can tweak that skill. You can get really specific. You can tell it to look for very specific details about how you can improve it. But just like in 2 minutes, it's already looking at the hero section, the value proposition, it understands who the client is, and you can turn that into a customized proposal for that website in one click. Is that cool or what?
Yeah, very, very cool, which I think leads you back to the presentation you were going to show off.
Yeah, it does. But so guys, all of that stuff, all of that is great. And here's how AI agents work. So now you've seen AI skills. You've seen search, find the people. We've seen all of the steps that can be done. We give AI skills. And here's the last part. We want to put this into what we call an AI agent. All right, AI agents. And what does that mean? It means it's going to do this for you 20 times a day, research, compile the information, write a personalized connection message, write a sales brief, do a presentation, put all of that into my HIGHLEVEL and send them an email and connect with them on Facebook and do all of that kind of stuff that you can do from that step on in. We create an AI agent. So here's how we do it. And again, you do not need to be techie, Paige. We needed to create this so even Australians could do it. So we had to make it drag and drop easy. All right. So here is the AI growth website agent. Okay. And we literally just drag and drop what we want it to do and we let it take over. So I want a search, all right? And I'm going to put this onto a list for restaurants in this example, okay? And I want this to run every single day, right? And then we're going to tell it what we're looking for. So we want restaurants, okay, in a location. I keep saying Phoenix, but let me just, wherever. It can be any continent, any city, any location, anywhere in the world. How many times a day do I want this to happen? 20, 40, 60, all right? And remember, it's not about volume, it's about value. So let's just say, do this 20 times a day for me. And then what do you want me to do after that? Here's all of the locations. That's too far to drive. I'll turn that off, turn that off. All right, cool. So I've got my location set up. Now I want to do that AI analysis. So I want my growth website analysis to pop up. Okay, done. I want, here we go. I think we'll have a personalized email, okay, contextual email based on the research we've done. I want a personalized subject line based on the email. I want the Gamma presentation to be created. So I'm going to send that across to Gamma like this. There's my Gamma. Okay, done. And last step, I want to send that off to HIGHLEVEL. So we go send to HIGHLEVEL, done, done. And what we just did in a few seconds is more marketing than most businesses do in their entire life.
Guys, this is huge.
All right. So let me zoom in here a little bit. Just a little bit. 20 times a day, an AI agent is going to find the businesses I'm looking for based on the criteria that I give it. It's going to research that business based on the way of researching that I tell it. It's going to summarize that, put it into a brief, and create a presentation for me. It's going to craft an email that's written specifically to that business so it's personalized. It's going to write a subject line. It's going to create that presentation. It's going to drop it into HighLevel and automatically send. It's going to put it into my pipeline, put it up there for me to be able to go to their Facebook and say, hey, send you an email. Did you get it? All right. And it's going to do that 20 times a day. Now, guys, I just want to come back face to face one last time. What we just did in 60 seconds is more marketing than most businesses do in a year. 20 times a day, whether you feel good or not, whether you're busy or not, whether you got to take the kids to school or not, whether you're working or not, the AI is working. Every single day, finding those clients that you're specifying, really diving into who they are, what they do, and making sure all of that adds up, getting all of that done, synchronizing it into HighLevel, and just building that pipeline for you so that you can have more conversations. Now your AI chatbot can engage that person, right? Your AI receptionist can take that meeting for you and qualify them and get them booked in your calendar. So you spend less time doing that, finding, door knocking, reaching out to the networking meetings, right? You spend less time doing that and more time just literally presenting your solution to people that have already raised their hand. Guys, just say good or wow or yes if that sounds like something that would be interesting for you. Give me that little bit of feedback. Amazing, Cindy. Thank you. Appreciate you, Cindy. Thank you so much for being engaged as well, Cindy. I appreciate you. All right.
I love what you said about it's more marketing than most do, and a business that really truly wants to reach their ideal audience and doesn't know how, and they might not even be running paid ads. They're just sitting back going, how do we get in front of more people? I've got a client right now that would pay several $1,000s for this.
There you go. Exactly right. Exactly right. So remember I said I have a hidden agenda. My hidden agenda is to impress you guys. I want to impress you so that you go, wow. And you go, hey, when I start building these websites, let me put AXUP into that as a platform. You guys will pay you the 30%, and you can charge it as a service, right? You can set all this up for your clients and charge them thousands of dollars to get it running. All right. Very, very cool. Let me show you a couple of last little bits there. So I'm going to show you how to get access. If what you've seen is interesting and you think maybe your clients would be interested as well, if that is interesting, just type I'm in the chat box for me. And don't worry, that's not a credit card billing system, right? If you're interested in what you've seen, just type I'm in or awesome, thank you. I'm in, says Latoya. Fantastic. I'm in, says Paige. Thanks. All right. I'm in. Okay, cool. So, phew. I'm always worried about that little bit. Hopefully I hit the right notes there. Guys, if you can systemize AI doing this work for you, you will go so much further. And again, remember the $1 billion company that had 20 clients. You don't need thousands, but if you can get the right ones, you really move the needle, right? So we're going to give you guys, I did say that we're going to make a special offer. If you go to AXUP.com or AXUP.ai, sorry, my apologies. If you go to AXUP.ai, you'll see that it's a monthly payment. Pay this per month and get access, etc. But we're friends of Paige. We're friends of Paige, and we have so much respect for you guys and for Paige, for your community and what you're doing. We're going to do this as a one-time deal for you, right? So if you go to AXUP.ai/Kismet, right? Kismet Ideas, the most incredible website system on the planet and community that's coming behind Paige Batcher. AXUP.ai/Kismet, we're going to make you a special deal. So I'll just show you what happens when you go to this site. We're going to give you the option to get the whole AXUP system for a one-time payment of $297. Okay. We'll give you the free workshop or training to show you how to set up those agents. We're going to give you a training vault. All of those AI skills are in your library. We do weekly calls. We do live onboarding calls 3 times a week. We've got all of that information. We've got 5 years worth of history here. We want you to win. All right. But we're going to give you that one-time deal. Here's the thing with the one-time deal. We're going to load that up with 2,000 credits. Okay, now what's a credit? A credit can be a search. If I'm looking for restaurants and I get 100 of them, then I've used 100 credits. From there, I can research them and send the emails, and that's all no cost. But a credit is basically finding a client that I'm looking for. So we're going to give you 2,000. There's no expiry on it. You can use them today, tomorrow. You can use 50 this month, 50 the month after, whatever. If you want to get into this and use it as a system, you can also, again, with thanks to Paige, get a discount on more credits every month if you want to, okay, if you want to. So if you go to AXUP.ai/Kismet, just like that, and Johan will pop that in, okay, AXUP.ai/Kismet, you'll come to our one-time page. Remember, 20 leads delivered to your CRM every single day for 297 one time. If you click on this, it's going to open up our checkout form, and you have the option, if you're thinking to yourself, yeah, but give me more credits, like 2,000, I'll burn through those before, the month is out. Like, I want to do this for my clients. I want to set this up. If you want a discount on monthly credits, you can also tick that box and you can get that turned on for you as well. All right. So you can have that discount. Now, that's the cheapest that you'll ever have the credits. You can also pay for credits one off. Hey, just give me an extra 500 whenever you want them. You can auto top up, that kind of stuff. But that's the cheapest way. So this is a deal just for Paige. It's $297. We call it our forever plan because there's no ongoing subscription with it. And you get to have AXUP in your toolkit. You get to be able to plug in and create those agents, and you get to have that running for you 24/7.
Yeah,
Right,
this
so
is huge. I just wanted to chime in and say that I have a lot of people asking if they can do presentations in my community, and I'm really hesitant unless I trust the people and what they're offering. And this is a no-brainer. I put $600, by the way, into Chirpy already just to get some credits to try it out, and I'm thrilled and excited about it. And when you get a chance to, invest I've done the same thing with Manus. I've probably spent about $1,000 over there to build up my set of credits to go, okay, now I am ready to rock this. So I love this. I have a bunch of questions, but I don't want to cut you off from where you're at.
no, you're good. Go for it.
One big question I had for you was on the presentation side, because I know you never show that gamma
Oh,
presentation,
sorry.
but
Yeah.
are you able to infuse your own product imagery into that?
Yeah, definitely. So you set up Gamma as a template. So you can see I've done a couple of demos here where those templates are created. So this
Gotcha.
creates a personalized proposal for the actual person. You can have this as a template and then just fill in the blanks. So you create a template
Yeah.
of your products and what you do as the main thing, and then you have the other slides come through. And again, that's just a skill you give the AI page. So you'll say, create 3 slides with their personal information, and then you'll add the rest of it as the template piece. So the answer is 100% yes. You can templatize the presentation. So you'll see in this one that I had like a membership program for a particular amount of money. Like, I built this as a template, and then I used the AI to just personalize it and be able to send it out at scale.
Amazing. Amazing. The last main question I have is, can you use AIXup to enrich a contact that comes into your high-level CRM by filling out, let's say, a form on your website?
Great question. So the answer is 100% yes, and you can do it from the high-level workflow. Okay, now
Cool.
it gets a little bit tricky. So you got to know how to copy and paste, right? I'm sorry, I'm being silly. You do have to know how to copy and paste. It gets a little bit tricky because it's a what we call a webhook. So
Mhm.
inside of high level, I can pull that up if you want me to. But
Yeah, yeah,
inside
yeah.
of high level in the workflow builder, you literally just go the form. So somebody just filled out a form on my website, right?
Yeah,
And they gave me their first name, their last name, their email address, and that's about it.
got it.
In high level, you then send across a workflow. So sorry, a webhook. So you go,
Yep.
form is the trigger. The next action is a webhook, and
Yeah.
I'll show you how we set this up. So you create a webhook in our system, okay? And so we go.
Sounds tricky, guys. It's not. If you haven't done
It's
webhooks
honestly
before,
not.
it's
It's
really
honestly
so
not.
simple. Yeah,
So
that's
let me show you how hard it is, and start your clock. It'll take me less than 60. All right. So I go. I'm going to create a new list for this, and we're going to call it my inbound enrichment. Okay, just like that, and it's a people-based search. Cool, done. So I've got a place for those leads to come in. That's all I've done right now. The next thing, if I just click on this little cog next to it, all right, I've got this webhook right here. I grab that webhook, all right, and just click on setup. Webhook successfully created. It gives me the URL to use and the token,
yeah.
okay? And then all I need to do is copy and paste that over in high level. And every single time someone fills out that form, it hits this webhook. It'll find their name, their email, their background, where they work, their company name, their social media accounts, their phone number, all of the stuff that we've already shown you. And of course, then you can trigger it to go and research and go and write my proposal and do all that kind of stuff. So you can actually have somebody come to your website, just fill in an inquiry form, and you could then send them that personalized presentation
Yeah.
within don't do it too quickly. Otherwise they actually think you're not busy enough. Like put a delay in your work step, like wait 60 minutes and then send, hey, thanks John so much, blah, blah, blah. So every single time that somebody comes and fills in the website, it sends across here. We literally just copy and paste into HighLevel. It sends the details, does all the steps, writes the proposal for them, puts it back into HighLevel and sends reply. Yes.
I hope you guys are getting
Super,
that. That's
super.
amazing because you could have someone come on your website, book a discovery call for your services, and in the meantime, you've got AI researching them from just a name, email, phone, and finding their company, finding something interesting about them, pairing it up with what you do, and then sending off that email. Says, hey, so excited for our call, and it's so much more personalized than something that you could automate just from scratch. So love it. That's really, really cool.
Yay. Yeah, so that is a super fun thing to do. So that's the, hey, I'm an accountant and I've already got a business down the road. Like people are coming to me filling in a, free audit report and exactly that. Research them, write it, be personalized and do it all automatically.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, this is big. Thank you so much for taking us through this and demoing this.
You're welcome. I hope it hasn't been like drinking from a fire hose, but here's the short version, guys. We've been doing this for a while. We only win when you do. So that's the benefit, is that we only win when you do. We want you to win. We want you to get more clients. We want you to grow your pipeline. We want you to sell more GHL. We want you to sell more of your own services. And as I said, out transparently, we want you to recommend us. We want you to say to your clients, hey, as I'm building this site, plug this in. Let's get some traction going on. Let's get those names and emails from the pixels on your site and let's do all that stuff. Like, we just want you guys to win. So Paige, thank you for the chance to come and say hi.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to get this replay out to the rest of the community.
Cool. Guys, any last questions? Anything we can cover off just before we head off? Johan, I know you've been manning the chat like a crazy man. Is there anything that we've missed there?
I have answered all the questions, I believe. We're all good.
Wow. Cool. Amazing. Cool, guys. Again, Google us, White Label Suite, we used to be known as. You'll see all of the testimonials. We want you to win. So let us help you. And we look forward to catching up. And Paige, let's do that training on the AI video creation. We'll plug it into Chirpy and get all of that research to actually be voiced and have that come through on a personalized video.
I love that. Okay, yeah. In the meantime, guys, give me a one in the chat or just let me know a yes if you'd be interested in a workshop on actually all of us logging into our own AIXup accounts and getting things set up, building out that first agent, like making sure we have something prompted, we know what it's going to be doing. Awesome. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of that. So we're going to host a workshop in the community. Look for it on the kismet.club event calendar. We'll get that going. And then we will circle back after that. I will be the Chirpy video guinea pig. And then we will get that connected with these guys. And then we'll do another training on that. So that's really cool.
Sounds amazing. Awesome, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard. Let's go.
Let's go.
So good. All right, guys. So we'll see you in the workshop. We'll come and troubleshoot and do that kind of stuff. Help you write prompts and help you correct the agents. And let's go, guys. Let's go and make some money. Let's have some fun.
That's right.
Thank you, Paige.
Thanks,
You're
everyone.
amazing.
Great to see you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Paige. See you guys.